All right, this afternoon, the sister of late Republican Senator Lindsey Graham will be sworn in to finish his term. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster has appointed Darline Graham Nordone to serve as interim senator. Now, she will fill the role until at least January 3rd, when a new Congress convenes. During yesterday's announcement, Nordone called it quite a, quote, privilege to finish her brother's work.
I think this is what Lindsey would have wanted, and I plan to honor him in this way. Now, to Lindsey, I miss you more than I can even put into words, but I'm going to do this.
CBS News political director Fin Gómez joins us now. So, Fin, what should we know about Senator-designate Darline Graham Nordone, who we just heard talking there?
You know, Kelly, when I was talking to South Carolina Republicans after the news of Senator Graham's passing, one name kept coming up, and that was Lindsey Graham's sister, Darline. They said that the relationship is central to understanding Graham's legacy. Like so many politicians, Graham's life was shaped by personal tragedy. Just 15 months apart, he lost both of his parents. His mother died after battling Hodgkin's lymphoma, and his father later died of a cardiac arrest. Graham was just 22 years old. He was in college. His sister, Darline, was only 13. He eventually became her legal guardian, helping raise her and later serving as a father figure to both her and her children. So while Darline Graham Nordone has no political experience, many Republicans see her appointment as a deeply personal tribute, frankly, to him, and who spent so much of his life taking care of his family. So I think what we've been hearing is some bipartisan support for the choice and strong praise from both sides. And President Trump, of course, also endorsed her appointment. Kelly.
So, Fin, what are the chances that she actually decides that she would like to continue as a United States Senator for the state of South Carolina and decides to enter this race? Have your sources indicated that that's a possibility? We've seen that in the past where someone is appointed to fill a late husband, a late spouse's seat, a family member, and they decide to run on their own. Could that happen? And who are some of the other contenders that could potentially vie for that?
No, look, I mean, we have been hearing that, like, you know, there is a precedent, as you mentioned. You know, we have been hearing that some South Carolina Republicans have encouraged her to run while they're still mourning and taking time to mourn Senator Graham's sudden passing. But, you know, behind the scenes, we are seeing jockeying for this seat now. CBS has learned that former South Carolina governor and former UN ambassador Nikki Haley have been flooded with calls urging her to run. But a spokesperson told me that she has no plans to run for office at this time. Another name generating some interest is Lieutenant Governor Pamela Abbott. Multiple Republican sources tell me that she's been inundated with calls and texts encouraging her to jump in as well. She was also endorsed, if you recall, by President Trump and Governor McMaster in that gubernatorial race, that primary, but lost badly to Attorney General Alan Wilson after he was also endorsed by President Trump. Sources tell me she does have some critics, both on the Hill and in South Carolina. Some Republicans feel that she never really caught fire with the base during her gubernatorial run, but they do acknowledge she's got a high name ID. So, and again, like you mentioned, some South Carolina Republicans have told me that Darline should also consider a run. And the precedent that was mentioned was also, if you recall, Missouri Governor Mel Carnahan died in a plane crash back in October 2000. His wife, Jean Carnahan, was appointed to fill his Senate seat, and then she later ran to complete the remainder of his term. So also worth watching are conservative Congressmen Ralph Norman and Russell Fry, both of whom represent safe Republican districts. That's key here. Norman spoke to reporters on Monday, basically already saying he was a candidate. Take a listen.
Are you considering running for the seat for the next 6-year term coming up?
I'm considering it, and it'll be out this week.
You talked to the president about that decision?
I did. Asked for his endorsement.
What did he say?
Well, he said he's going to need some time. It's too early, and so we'll see.
Congressman Nancy Mace has also told CBS News that she's considering a run, but multiple South Carolina Republican sources tell me there's little interest in the party to see her fill that seat, and remind folks that she came in dead last in the Republican primary for governor. Vlad.
All right, Fin Gómez, appreciate it.